Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickel is a psychic medium healer, numerologist, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there's always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickel.
Hi everybody, welcome to WLTK-DB. Let's Talk Radio. I'm Kelly Brickel, and this is the reading show. So everybody, come on in, put down your birth dates, ask a question. We'll be doing some numerology readings for today, and so there are many readings. So we get into kind of your personality, maybe something that you're working on right now, or maybe more information about a certain area you are looking into. I talk about cycles too. If anyone ever wants to really dive into numerology, it's a whole really extensive experience. I'm going to be doing actually a class with Numerology 101, learning your chart and learning how to read class. And that's going to be in July. So I'm going to start posting that actually this week, and I'll be talking more about the dates and where you can go to sign up for that next week. On Monday, actually, we have a Psychic Hour show. And that's going to be with Jacob Cooper. He's going to be a wonderful guest. He's had a near-death experience, and he goes into his journey on that. So it's going to be really interesting to talk to him and learn more. So I encourage you to come by for Monday. You'll be hearing about the class updates, and we'll be having a fantastic Psychic Hour interview as well. It seems, right, the Psychic Hour, the days are all kind of coming together in the slots. We go Mondays a lot, it seems. Maybe that's a nudge from spirit. It's always interesting, right? Always interesting. That's something about schedule. Kind of the theme of the day we're going to talk about is numerical vibration, but I feel like we could talk about schedule too. So maybe for a hot second, I will. Scheduling. You will definitely be inspired to make a schedule. You'll be nudged to make a schedule, but spirit life will create its own schedule. And so just make sure that your safety net and your boundaries are properly assessed. So your safety net is pushing yourself too much and saying, no, I don't think that maybe this is a good idea if I say yes or no to something quite yet. I'm not sure, or I'm going to give that a no if I do know, in my heart or in my gut, kind of, that I don't want to do something. And then there's just boundaries where a no is a no for your safety because it has to be that way. So safety net is just pushing yourself, but still accounting for your boundaries, okay? And boundaries are, it's just not a good idea. Nope. And the more that you grow, the more that your boundaries have to be assessed, because you grow and you change, so your boundaries probably will be the same. All right. You're going to grow, so you're not going to fear. You're going to be more flexible. You're going to be going into different kind of avenues. Yes, you can change, but your boundaries are boundaries, and then it's a matter of, I have a safety net in this. This is actually safe for me to do, even though I feel scared. Is it really a boundary? That's what I'm talking about. So our schedules grow and change, and the people around us call us to do different things. And so just go, is it a boundary, or have I grown past, me saying no to this? Can I say yes to this? Cool. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Yes, please place down your numbers. We'll go into your chart more. And so I'm just talking for a moment, and everybody can come in as they do naturally. And we shall do that with the numbers. So, the topic that I would like to talk about today is diving into numerical vibration. And it's really pertinent for numerology. It really is. The world is made of energy, of course. We have visual energy, we have sound energy, we have number energy, we have feeling energy or empathy energy, ancestral energy. My goodness, I could go on, and all of that really is, connected back to spirit. It really is. Um, when we are directly talking to spirit, that is mediumship communication. When we are using a modality to learn about our life, it is a more psychic tool because we are tapping into something that is in this plane. So numbers are in this plane, colors are in this plane, emotion is in this plane, and it's really comprised of our own energy, our own collection of experiences too as well. And so that's why it is very psychic. So with numerical vibration, there is many ways to tap into the energy of numbers. There is, and there's never just one way. I'm a firm believer in that. Hi, Sherry. Um, and everyone is going to have a different access point. That's why I just encourage people, no matter what your focus, no matter what your passion is, just keep going. And it's okay if someone says, "Hey, that's weird. Why are you doing it that way?" As long as you're getting answers, as long as you're getting results, that's where you want to be. And we all see the world so differently. And I totally believe, as we progress and new people come into this work, there's going to be entirely different ways to tap into energy. Yeah, it will follow a certain, probably familiar structure, because I do believe truth is timeless. But there are going to be different ways. There are. So if you don't follow the system I follow, or some of the things that I do, no worries, no worries. One, yes, you can learn to do what I do, but you can also learn just by being in the presence of somebody who is passionate about something, to open up further the way that you do things, to hold space for yourself, right? So, with numerical vibration, I want to just talk about the numbers 1 through 9, because when I'm doing these readings, I'm just looking at vibrations 1 through 9, and of course the master numbers, but those fall under 1 through 9 as well. And so, all of numerology, with Pythagorean numerology, the one that I use, also called Western numerology, deals with 1 through 9. Anything that is a master vibration or a repeating number, like a 111 or 222, right? Or even a 44, that's considered a master vibration or repeating number. And that's broken down again into a single digit, that's 1 through 9. And so all of these numbers have values. All of these numbers mean different things in different placements. So if you're familiar with astrology, like a Leo in the third house is different than a Leo in the 10th house. Okay. Sure, it's a Leo. Yes, it's about a person's life, but it, transpires differently. It very much does, as do the numbers. So if you know your life path, yes, you essentially know your sun sign. You know a good part of who you are, but there's so much more to numerology. And so, like with these mini readings, there's so much more that makes up a person's chart. And it gets more intimate and detailed when you have the full name, or when you have someone's birth date and their birth certificate, and you go even to, like, the house that they chose to live in and their address, and if everything's all harmonious. And yeah, like business numerology, like, goes into people's titles, and if their corporation, if their entity is in harmony with their chart, and also to look into their choices around their business and the numerical value. So I could go on and on, but that's how much you can do with a certain energy, just like that's how much you can do with color. Color opens up emotion, color opens up interests, color opens up memories. And you just bounce around and you play around. And last thing I'll say, um, hi, Nika. Yes, everyone, put down your questions. Thank you so much. Hello, Daily. Um, with relationship numerology, that's really fun. And I want to definitely do like a relationship numerology show. Um, if people are going to do it, they have to bring in their loved one's chart, at least their Woo, at least they're bless you. Their numbers. That's the first sneeze I've ever had on air. How fun is that? Um, so that's something you can do too. Yes, you do need a little bit more of a more extensive chart at times to have further accuracy. So we'll kind of like structure a relationship chart show one day. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate it. So we're gonna get started with readings in just a second. But yeah, numbers can be used for so many different things. And away we'll go with learning about kind of what those numbers mean. All right. So Joe was the first one in. She was bright and early. So Joe, I'm going to take some of your numbers and then Sherry, Nika, and Mo, and we'll see who we can get to as well. I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay. Hi, Joe. Let's pull some numbers for you. Apparently, I need a new pen as well. It wants to dry up on me. Okay. You are in a cycle of just pulling up your cycle number. Yep. Okay, so Joe, I'm just I think I have to sneeze again. Oh my gosh. Just bear with me, everyone. So, Joe, you have an attitude 3, and attitude 3s are very important because it deals with a really important expression vibration that we have to enact within who we are as people. So 3 is all about expressing your true self, and it's a lifelong journey. It really is, because we are learning different parts of who we are on an ongoing basis. Every year we open up in a different way, right? Every month we're kind of stimulated to kind of enact a different part of ourselves. And so 3, just make sure that you are always using your voice in some capacity, always writing, always sharing. And if you do that, your energy will continue to have movement and flow behind it. And it will actually help the rest of your energy and even your physical body to feel not as hunkered down. It's just so important. It's what makes you healthy. 3 attitude 3s don't always like have the most communicative nature behind them. They don't, because what happens is they have to feel like safe, and they have to feel, again, that word, in truth. And so when you have like a friend or a trusted loved one, you could gab for hours, like there's always something on your mind, very funny, very creative. And it's just, it refuels you when you find somebody very, very, safe and also funny to talk to. It refuels you like one of the few things that does on this earth. But again, those people sometimes maybe are not as easy to find. And so, if that's the case, then what you have to do to stimulate that creativity and that expression is to then self-generate it, to always making sure that you're sharing and communicating and finding people that you can do so with, even if it's you're out and about, right? And you're on errands, to smile at a person, to say hi to a person, because opening up that communication heals you. Okay. And if you are finding you're having a hard week or month, activating that place really helps. Again, move the momentum, get your energy more flexible, and it can help you feel more motivated in other departments. So that is my advice to you, Joe. I hope that helps. And Sherry, all right, you are, I think, a 3 as well. Well, yeah, you're double 3. And let's see here. And you're 1953. 1953, that's right. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. I think you're triple 3, Sherry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yep. Wow. I always like get a kick when I see triples in people. It's always fun to read. Yeah, you're gonna probably have more numbers, but anytime somebody has a triple, that means their personality is heavily in favor of this number. So, and so you have 3 3s. You might have more in your chart, right? But know that 3 is always going to kind of be a lucky number for you. You will flow and utilize the vibration of 3 very naturally and easily. And so, what can be said for Joe can be said for you. Like, you have to be social, you have to be talkative. If you ever feel bogged down, that is a warning sign, especially with you with all the 3s. Sherry, you're always like on the go. You're always kind of pulled to something. Like 3 is the number of socialization and opportunity. So there's always something going on. Either that Sherry's, has an idea, or someone else has called up Sherry and has dragged Sherry into the party. Sherry comes willingly, though. But this is such a social number. So the thing is that people with a lot of 3 energy have a lot of natural stamina. So not only they can all of a sudden they juggle things and do a bunch of things, but they're kind of able to sometimes when they're dragged by the seat of their pants too as well. Sometimes they will feel that exhaustion and it's just like woof woof, and that is your boundary. Like, please listen to your boundary, because the 3s, it's such a fun number that sometimes it just doesn't think about its boundaries very much. It's just like, yep, I'm up for that, sure, I could do that. And so really just like listen to when your body tells you to halt. That's your sign. And you will get it quickly. You won't get like a lot of precursor warning signs unless things are really bad. Okay. So, like, really listen to just knowing when your limit is, because life is kind of like a party for you at times. It really is. You're in a cycle 9 as well as Joe is. And when you're in a cycle 9, that is really a time. So this is, I think, more centered towards Sherry too as well. But it's a time to really account for family. It's a time to really make peace with family, and to really put a lot of attention on family and tie things up. Tying up loose ends. I feel like just how everything is divvied up in the family, that needs to be into account. It's almost like I'm looking at wills, or I'm looking at somebody is or has passed, and it's something about divvying up like property and wills, and it's just getting more into understanding what the family needs, so things aren't as scattered. And again, it's kind of like these check-ins, so things are tied up. So that's coming forward with Sherry. Anytime anyone's in a cycle 9, it's about addressing things within ourselves that have come to an end, and are ready to come to an end. So it's like old patterns, old behaviors, things that we kind of wanted to work on ourselves for years. And we're just like, I don't have time for that, or this is too stressful, or every time I work on that, it's like an explosion. I'm putting it on the back burner. And this is the year to really kind of look into that more properly. Things slow down in a way where you can go, oh, I kind of like see things a little differently now. So I'm going to account for it differently. So this is a very good year for you, Sherry. It's a very transformative year. And going into next year, things are going to be more free again. So I feel a little bogged down. I feel again like just there's so much stuff coming up. It's good that it's being dealt with, but next year is going to be a more freeing and fast paced and fun year. This year is kind of like it's a good year. It's a good year. I like the year, but it's going to involve a lot of family, and it's going to involve um, kind of healing, and also a lot of growth. Okay, so look into that. It is a very good year, transformative year. So Sherry, keep that in mind. Okay. So Nika, hope I'm saying your name right. Oh, Neka. Thank you. Neka. Thank you for putting your pronunciation down. I appreciate that. Okay, so you have an interview today. All right. All right. Oh, yeah, date of birth. Thank you for your date of birth. Let's pull this. Date of birth helps definitely. And we'll pull some cards for you too. Why not? Have these ready. Okay, so NECA, just pulling your numbers. 6, and your life path is 3. Okay. 7. Yep, just double checking the math on this. 6. Okay, so NECA, you are a personal day 7. And let's see, did you say that you have an energy? Okay, this is good. This is great. So I always like to talk about personal day numbers with people who are interviewing, because I don't know if they're going to be talking to you or seeing you, right? But it's really important for you to come in with this light-hearted energy into the interview. The reason I say that because you're a personal day 7, and a personal day 7, again, this is not the entirety of you. This is just first impression energy of a person. Okay, the personal day. So this is the first impression if someone doesn't know you, and actually can influence how people feel regarding judgments, like split judgments, or accounting things like a job interview, right? Consideration. A 7 is the most like introverted number in numerology at first impression. There's almost like a quiet, observant vibration to it. So sometimes people come across as studious or busy or intellectual or smart, or they can come across as like quiet and reserved. So honestly, it depends on what the interview is about, because if you want to look like really sharp and kind of like, smart and studious, and you have like a more of an introverted job, right? Like data, right? That could bode well in your favor. But if you're doing something a little bit more extroverted, then I encourage you to come in with a smile, and to like laugh, and to be engaging, and to just say things like, thank you for having me here. And it's like putting forth your people engaging foot. So you don't have to like make them laugh, ha ha ha, be natural, but it's about engaging with looking them in the eye, smiling, and just like acknowledging and making people feel like you're present, like you're very present, and you're aware and connected to the interviewer or the interviewers. Okay. It will help balance out your energy because they'll be like, wow, she's really well rounded. Like it looks good on paper, as well as like she's really engaging. And so that will score you additional brownie points. Um, you're an attitude six, so you're a really hard worker. And so again, like just come in. What really helps balance out the energy of six is bringing gratitude because sometimes the six works so hard and they just want it. They're just like, I'm willing to go the distance. Like, just give this to me and you won't be disappointed. I need this, right? And just come in with a gratitude and come in with a way where you are um, promoting not only respect for others, but respect for yourself. Don't hand them, your energy on a silver platter. The reason I say that too is because you are a life path nine, and life path nines, not only do they go above and beyond like a six, but they will sometimes go, okay, what do you need? I will, not only go the extra mile, but I'm willing to kind of stress myself out and do things that aren't in the job description because, yeah, it makes sense that I should help out. And so that's what I'm kind of giving to you on first impression. Um, Come in with the energy of respect and gratitude because they will size you up, and sometimes they treat people based on first impression. And so the impression you want to give to that job, that environment, that corporation is, I'm this type of person. I'm a hard worker, but I also um, you know respect and value the workplace environment. um, and I have good communication skills, and I will let you know what is on my mind. And I think that creates a very respectable and healthy workplace. Um, the reason I'm talking about that so much is that element has to be known in yourself, and that element has to be shared when you are entering your new workspace, because it will even out that energy for you to just like overdo it. So that's what I'm feeling like. There's like the energy of sometimes you're overdoing it, like you want it so badly. And then also in contrast, that personal day seven kind of repels, and it kind of would make someone go, oh, well, she, wow, she did seem like she really wanted it, but then she just like kind of pulled away from, engaging, and she felt a little bit nervous, and it creates this kind of a like quandary. Okay. So knowing that you have these numbers, sometimes I would imagine that you don't always interview the best. And so that's why I'm giving you this advice. Okay. All right, cool. Phone interview, that's great. So that's great. That's great. So again, just be positive, engaging, still smile because they can feel your energy through the phone in whatever way, and just be like very, very positive, and talk about healthy um, strategies in the workplace. And I think they'll be impressed by your knowledge. I think they'll be impressed by your consciousness and awareness for cultivating not only enthusiasm in the workplace, but positivity in the workplace. So that's what's coming across. Let me pull some cards for you, NECA. Okay. So, all right. So what's coming across too is like your health has been kind of like a little bit wobbly, and that's creating again some additional anxiety, because when our health is a little wobbly, our equilibrium is wobbly, and sometimes just normal things can be more stressful, right? So really take into your health and your equilibrium. Everything will go easier, and people will respond to your even keeled energy. So, whatever you need to do to balance yourself and give yourself something good and positive and nourishing before the interview, please do that. If it's treating yourself, great, but that treat has to be truly good for yourself. So something like meditation, it has to be nurturing. It has to be good. It's not just satiating, if that makes sense. It's just not pleasure giving for encouraging. It's doing something good for yourself, the drinking extra water, eating something healthy, meditating, taking a nap if it's needed to restore your energy levels. So that's something that really comes across. Um, there has been kind of this is good. I'm seeing like with being a job and everything, why you're kind of looking to expand is because you want more than you currently have, which everyone does. My God, but the home life has come into question in a way of, okay, I need more, I'm ready for more, I want to grow, and it's connected to family, it's connected to yourself. You are in the vibration to grow, so you're in a very good area, and it's coming into a better time for you. So I actually think if it's not this interview, it's going to be another interview, but I do see you getting a job quite soon. Not only are there some good cards being pulled for you regarding that, like you're going to a summer period, you're going into a period where you can relax and enjoy life more, but you have a card that is a cycle that's indicating that this is a very good year for you. So if this is the only interview, I feel good about it. I do feel like there's other interviews that you have. So it's coming soon. Just know that it's coming soon. And this is a very good year. It's a year of opportunity and meeting different people and getting back into the groove in a different way. So I see you getting a job very soon. So please know that. Okay. That was a long one, but it was needed. Someone's going in for an interview, guys. That's like very important. Okay. All right. So I said, who was next after this? I said it was Mo, right? It was Mo. Yes. Okay, Mo. You are next, Mo. Let's pull some numbers for you. And then Mo. Oh, Mo didn't put down her numbers. We'll pull some cards from Mo then. Okay. She's wondering about job hunting will go during the summer months. Oh wow, right? We just kind of talked about that with NECA. All right, so Mo, let's pull some cards for you. Okay. So I feel like you've been like praying over this. I feel like you've really hunkered down. I mean, I see you like I don't know where you are in your house, but I see you almost like with this notepad of paper, like you're making lists, you're getting organized. Um, I see that you have made calls. Like this is not just like a thought. This is like an action that you've been active in. Like you're like, okay, I got to get something going, and you're focused. Okay, so that's good. The cards that are being pulled for you is that you have this like revitalization of it's happening, right? It's in the now. We're going to get this. We're going to do this. And it's about going into a place where you feel more empowered, where you feel like um, you're in a place that you have chosen and that you're happy. Because in the past, that is something that has been more kind of deliberated. Like, do I really like where I'm working? Is this the right fit? And so you're really determined to find something that not only honors you but honors the people around you. Like, so it's good. What's that word? I'll have to paraphrase if I can't think of it, but it's like good work. Um, it's not dynamic. It's like like where um the whole entire office is happy, because everyone's being treated good. It's like a happy work environment. There's a word for it. It's like not coming to me, but it's just like how others are treated are very important to you. So it's like you feed off of how other people are feeling too as well. So you want to have a good boss, you want to have a good work dynamic. And like I feel like you're manifesting that. So just if you get a warning sign where you don't like you like the opportunity per se, but you don't like the vibe of who's interviewing you or, a higher up, um, that's your sign where it's just like, I'm kind of past this. Like, I need a good environment to feel free and to feel me. I feel like you are a very creative person and you're coming into that more and more. And again, that comes back into like being free, being creative, feeling very natural and fluid in your environment. And you need that. Like, I'm letting you know, like, you're in the manifestation phase for that. So don't second guess it. Keep going, keep calling, and it sounds really good. I think you're going to be offered a job. It's just a matter of do you like the offer because you'll get more than one. It's a really good time. Like it's just a really good time to get jobs. Like it's just a really good time to get jobs, and you're going to get more than one. Okay, so let me know if that resonates. The energy looks good. The number one thing is, okay, so in readings, there's like free will energy, and then there's this built up energy of how our choices have gotten us to this moment, or maybe there's like these really strong fixed points of we're supposed to meet people, we're supposed to do something in that work environment. So our energy is very pulled to a space and place. And so with Mo, the driving force was really she's made up her mind. Like she wants to get the job. And so the manifestation is there. I feel that so incredibly strong. She's like so organized and like I'm getting this. So, yes, I'm saying yes based on your strong free will energy. That's relief. Yeah. Yeah. Just have confidence in yourself. Like, I feel like you pull all these ideas together and you're actually a very strong manifester, Mo. But then you go, since it's not happening, you go, okay, like, should I do more? Like, should I do more? Or then you go, yeah, I get, it's not working and you really second guess yourself. And I feel like that comes back to that is linked to things other than just looking for a job. I feel like you overwork, you put in so much effort and then you second guess yourself and it just becomes like a confidence thing, right? And again, so that goes all the way back to childhood. It really does. And I know that you can understand that. So just this is a year. I don't know what cycle you are in, but this is a year that I do think that you are so ready and you're going to break free more of that and to learn more of you do have everything that you need. It's just sometimes we can't account for the exact timeline, but as long as you put it out there, you're going to get it. And the more confident you become with that, the more that second guessing goes away and the even quicker then that does manifest. So just know when the second guessing comes up or I'm not sure if, like I wanted this, I felt like it was a good idea. And all of a sudden I guess not. Like that just delays the manifestation. And that's okay to feel that way, but just know that you're like, sorry, this is second guessing. This stuff is from the past. This stuff is not relevant currently anymore. So I'm saying goodbye to that, thus speeding up this job. Okay, cool. All right, so let's do one more. The day goes so fast. All right. I'm gonna do gym. Okay. He's asking, what do my guides want me to know? So your guides coming for gym. We're gonna do some card pulls. We're gonna talk about some feelings that we're getting for gym. what I'm feeling for Jim is um, people are kind of funny, right? We either love people or sometimes with people we're like, wow, I've dealt with a lot of different people in my life, so I'm just gonna really size people up. And I feel like he's a very perceptive person, but again, he just sizes up people because it's like people he's had such complicated happenings that he's just not as trusting. That's the first thing I get off the bat is just like you don't trust things on face value, and that's good. That's good. Just feeling into things, learning about things, um, going at a slower pace to learn about things, to size things up and learn. That's good. That's good. Not rushing into anything. That's good. So that kind of comes off the bat. The question that is being kind of thought about lately, there's like a no. There's an NO attached to it. That's the card I pulled, and the energy is upside down. So the reason it's a no is it's because it's just not the right time. There's too much stress around it. There's too much uncertainty about it. There isn't um how can I put it? It's just there the the healing hasn't come forth in order to properly work with this at this time. So that comes across. Okay. So it's talking about with this question, with this consideration, because I know that there's been something on your mind, and that's what the cards are pulling right now. It's been quite a significant time of change for you. And so it's really about kind of going out and allowing yourself to be seen and to be heard. Okay. And to put yourself out there to create what you want and get what you want. And I feel like this is honestly connected to something like with relationships. I really do. And it's like you won't always be heard in a way that someone understands you. You won't always be seen in a way where someone can see you clearly. And it's just like to move past that, because I feel like that is the theme of not only the past, but something that's happening with present and even with like friends and just when I'm just aware of it's regarding people. It's regarding people. It keeps coming up like relationships, people, like whether it's like a friendship, but I just know of getting yourself out there more and being around people. And it lets me know that this is like not going to be the easiest blossoming. It's going to take commitment, it's going to take surrender, and it's going to just take you being brave and just meeting different people and finding people that vibe, and just even if there's like these hiccups, that you keep just being yourself no matter what, because people will see certain parts of you and encourage those things to come out. The right people will. But you kind of have to be brave to kind of let your there's like a saying like let your freak flag fly. You have to be brave to just like let things out in conversation that maybe you'd like kind of hold on to or be more like second guessing of. And so just put yourself out there, put your thoughts out there, and you will find the right people. And also, you will make peace with the fact that certain people just aren't going to understand you, and you'll make peace with it because you're going to find more of the people who will, and you're going to learn about what that takes. um just put yourself out there. You have to. It is going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick results at all. It's a commitment piece. It's a commitment piece. Like it's what I'm feeling is like after like a year of you kind of saying, I'm gonna go this direction, and just I need to it's for your happiness. It's for your happiness and peace of mind. And if you have a commitment to that and push yourself, and for a year you just do things differently than you normally would have done to safeguard yourself, I feel like there's going to be an opening up. There's going to be an opening up of energy. So that definitely comes forth. It's a no for now, with some things that you're kind of, I wish I could have this piece right now. And it's really regarding people and communications and relationships around you. It's going to be a yes. Just have bravery and change up the vibe. Just change up the vibe, and even change up the location if you can. Do things differently, change it up. The flexibility has to come back into life. And when we've had occurrences that we didn't quite choose, we become rigid because we're like, that didn't work, or I don't like this, or I don't like that way. And we become rigid. So it's like we have to change things up in different departments to find our flexibility again, because the healthiest way energy can be is fluid and flexible, and to have movement behind it. So I hope that helped, Jim. I hope that put some perspective on things regarding friendships, family relationships. And we're gonna end on that note. Maybe we'll take one more for Pamela. We'll take a quick. I'm gonna talk about Pamela's cycle really quick. So Pamela, you have that 3 personal days, so you bring in people very naturally to you. All right. You bring in people where they feel comfortable around you, and so really use that to your advantage. People feel on first not very comfortable around you, or you have a very welcoming vibration. So you can really pull people into you. You can gather people around you if you need help. And people will kind of like, gravitate in a way where if you need to get a group together, if you need to get something with people together, you're the person that can do it more so than another. You have great energy, like stamina. So, like, you were a 5 attitude. So you're always go, go, go on the fly. And so you have to stay entertained, you have to stay engaged, and sometimes you're juggling too many things. And so that's okay, because that's good for you. For some people, that's exhausting. For some people, it's like, whoa, it's because, right? Another person is like, hey, come over here. But with Pamela, like, she's always going to kind of be on the fly. It's her 5 attitude energy. And that's kind of how you interact with the world. That's how you pull things from the world, and learn about yourself. So it's good to be on the fly for you. You are, let's see, a 5. Let me do your birth. Actually, I'm doing your cycle. I'm going to end with your cycle. Yeah, so you're in a cycle of 2. And so this year might be a little bit more difficult for you. It's much more of emotional vibration. And so anytime a cycle 2 comes into play, what's needed is a lot of emotional understanding. It's like a number of empathy. It's also a very psychic number 2. And in order to wield it properly, in order to work with the energies of the year properly, there has to be more inner work. You don't have to be isolated, but there has to be a processing of emotions. There has to be more tending to the self and the body. And it's basically tending to your sensitivities. And if you don't tend to your sensitivities, your emotions will get more volatile. Okay. And so if you're like, oh God, I'm feeling so much, like, what is going on? Like, it's because you need environments this year where, like, again, go get some Reiki, go to yoga, go to a spa, go to, like, set up appointments where you can go, okay. And while you're going, you have to do some processing of that day, that week, that month. Find somebody that can guide you in processing what you're feeling, because feeling things, honestly, it's a skill within itself. There's so many layers to why we feel things, we're triggered, why we're sad, we're angry. And that layer, once you hit that first layer, there's a layer connected to that layer and a layer connected to that layer. And once those are seen, heard, and addressed, what happens is the body goes, great, you heard me, you get it now. I'm going to stop, surfacing at random times so you'll pay attention to me. So, really, really, that's what I suggest going forward. Have much more of a place and time for learning about yourself and have somebody guide you if it is seeming overwhelming or you just don't have time for it. Have somebody guide you. It will get done. It's an emotional year and it's for a reason. Don't put it off. It's for a reason. You'll learn a lot. So that is my advice on the cycle too. I hope everybody got some insight with everything that was said. Some things are it's an off the cuff show. It's what the energy that I'm feeling. It's about the cards that I'm pulling. It's about the numbers that I'm diving into. So it's an amalgamation of just energy. And I really hope that it touched a place in your heart. So I will be seeing you very soon. I will be seeing you on Monday with the guest Jake Cooper, and I hope that you can stop by for that. If not, I will see you next week for a reading show too, as well. With that, be safe with love, luck, and light. Please live. I'll see you very soon next week. Have a great one, y'all. Bye.